Hello and welcome back to the labor of love known as the Final Fantasy Tactics playthrough here on the channel, friends. I hope you're having a great day. So let's kind of get up to speed. In the last episode, we conquered the Linalia Plateau. We took out Maluda for the final time. Rest in peace, Maluda. And now our next progression here is the Fovoham Plains. However, after this fight, and I know this from experience, the shops actually get some more gear. So I think what we're going to do here first and foremost is pop back to both Garland and Igros and pick up some new gear. And then we're going to be taking it across the finish line here. Finishing up with Fort Zekden, which is of course the end of Chapter 1. So let's pop back to Garland Magic City and see what they have available to buy. So we have the Mage Masher here. We do have a thief using a dagger, so that's pretty good upgrade for our thief. Nothing else really doing here. We have the white staff, which we're already rocking. Red hood. Here's a chain vest here as well. This is also good for our thief. So let's purchase one of those. And then we have the silk robe here. We have 3 spellcasters. We want them all rocking the silk robe, so we're going to buy another silk robe. Battle boots we're looking good on. Everything else we're looking pretty good on. So let's go ahead and throw that equipment on here real quick. You know, decent upgrades for our thief. Gives him a little bit more HP for survivability purposes. And then Roxy also gets a nice silk robe. So that's looking good here. Now what we have to do is we have to, of course, traverse across Mandalia Plains. Let's see if we get into a random fight. I sure hope we don't. And we don't. So perfect. So Igros it is here. And they have the Mithril Sword available. Now we don't have a sword user currently. But what we can do is we can certainly purchase one. And I mean, who knows what the future comp of our party is. It could be anything. We also have a Night Killer here and a Silver Bow. I mean, these are auxiliary items. I don't necessarily know that I need them. But we do have the chainmail here, which is going to be great. I'm going to buy 2 units of chainmail. You never know when you might need an extra set of heavy armor. So we're going to do the chainmail there. Like I said, I'm not crazy about the bows, but we'll take the Mithril Sword. And we're going to be happy with it. Bronze Shield's already good. So that's going to go well on our monk. But in the event that we do have a random fight here, folks, I've got our monk rocking gain JP up. Because obviously we want to capitalize. It would be a low leverage battle. But let's get back to the front line. And instead we have a fight in Mandalia here. So let's just quickly take care of this. Looks like you get a bonus fight in this episode. I hope that's alright. And I certainly could have done this off screen, but I did want to highlight the shop and kind of what we're buying and kind of how we came to get certain, you know, like the Mithril Sword, right? Or how did we get the chainmail? Because if you have been following along, you would have known that I haven't stolen it. So how'd I get it, right? So I wanted to at least highlight that. So let's make quick work of this. Of course, utilizing the speed function. And let's go. So let's get our monk right up there. Taking a pretty forward stance. I think it makes sense. Ramza can definitely follow up. Let's get our monk all speeded up here. And our thief, maybe our thief can learn like steel helmet or something. We'll certainly see. Let's speed up the approach of the enemy here. And of course, when I speed up the game, it does speed up the sound as well. Sorry about that, but we're just trying to make quick work of these enemies here. So we have the Chocobo. He does come in and attack. That's not really a big deal for us because we have Stouty, Mr. Nuclear. Let's drop down in Ice too. Let's get Roxy the Time Mage up. And obviously we're going to drop down some haste on Ramza so he can yell the monk a little bit more frequently. Let's use the speed function here. Alright, Ice 2, here we go. Dropping down some nukage. And it's the monk's turn. So we're going to go ahead and finish off this Chocobo. See you later, Chocobo. Do better next time. Alright, we have Ramza. Again, let's yell. Let's get our monk several turns here to kind of gain some JP. I think he's pretty close to learning Wave Fist, if I remember right. Wave Fist is a good... It's a good ability to have, and you see the new knife of the thief coming down into the Panther there. Panther levels up in face, though, of course. We got some chicory stick action. But let's hit... Actually, we're probably not... Yeah. So we're just going to have to hit the monk for a critical hit, of course. It's like, hey, man, what are you doing? So why don't we do something like this? Let's get some haste action going on. Get our thief a few turns as well. Ramza, let's get the yell on the monk. Level up for Ramza. And let's get the monk up here to again just be the physical force that he certainly is. Alright, we got a tackle. The monk is just fine. Of course, he's not rocking his heavy armor. Because I have gain JP up. I want to get JP. I want to maximize as much as possible. Especially during these lower leverage random battles. Let's club him over the head with our staff and monk. Finish him off. And down goes the old Gabo here. Alright, our thief gets poisoned. No big deal. Let's sink that Mage Masher into the Panther, and he holds on, excuse me, for just a bit longer. Stouty, what you got? How about an Ice 3? Roxy, how you feeling about getting this kill? She is determined. Brings down the critical hits of Fury. The Goblin's going to try his best to take out the Wizard, but it's just not going to happen. The nuke is inevitable here. And we're going to get out of here nice and quick. Got a few actions for our thief and monk here. And of course, the spell gets cast on Stouty himself as well, but he manages to hold on. And we bag 3,600 gil from that fight. It's a good sum. So moving on now, we can get back to Garland Magic City. It's definitely where we want to be, and then we do have one more chance at a random fight here in Linalia Plateau. Let's hope that we can get away without issue here. Let's see. And we do. All right, perfect. All right, so let's save it. Well, let's go into the formation first. Let's get our units set up for a story battle. So to do that, I want to put on equip armor on the monk. Roxy's going to rock some short charge. And the rest of these units should be pretty good where they're at. So for the monk, he's rocking the chainmail now, which is very strong. Short charge is good. Let's see if the thief can learn another steel. Like steel helmet would be nice. Just doesn't quite have enough JP. But I think that's the next one we get. Steel helmet. Makes sense. Stouty 697. I think I'm saving up for probably Flare or Ice 4, just so we have like an ultimate spell. For the monk here, we do get Wave Fist, which is great. Definitely take some Wave Fist. Gives him a ranged move, and you'll see that probably in this next fight here. And then Roxy, Time Mage, how we looking? 202, still not really enough. Alright, looking good and feeling good. Let's save it up and let's move on. Alright, Fovoham Plains, here we go. And we're going to get some story here. Alright, so we see the captured girl, Tita, of course. And then Golgaros, I believe his name is, talking to Weegraf. So Weegraf, why did you kidnap the girl? I needed a hostage to escape. If that was the case, you could have let her go later. What now? You putting me with Gustav? Think. The Death Corps lost most of their men and now are surrounded by the Hokutin. She was our only ace in the hole to get us out of this because she's a Beoulve. What good is escaping? Or were you even thinking that? Even if we do escape, we'll get caught sooner or later and be in their power. We must make it so our children don't have to go through what we did. A small stone may only make a small ripple at first, but someday it will be a wave. Even if we have to rust away here. So you would have us die. Not in vain. Take as many nobles with you as possible. Ludicrous. We'll die like dogs. So there's some serious class warfare going on here. No, there may still be survivors at Fort Ziekten. If you join them, you may get something. They're probably dead already. And in comes word from the front here. What? Maluda killed? Maluda. So who is Maluda? Well, Maluda, you will find, is Weegraf's sister. So now he is pretty upset. Alright, retreat. You heard Golagros, go to Fort Ziekten, leave the girl here. They're here, the Hokutin are here. So to battle we go. And Weegraf vows to stop us here. So that means we do have a fight with Weegraf coming up here, folks. And Weegraf is a very special character. Definitely the most challenging character that we have faced off against so far. So we can only rock 4 units here. I think it's smart to probably put Roxy on the bench for now. And the reason we're going to do that is because her skill sets can be covered, you know, her time magic, white magic skill set can be covered by Ramza and Stouty. So we have the windmill shed. Definitely one of the more memorable battles in this game, if you ask me. Got the nice big windmill there, and then Weegraf, of course. It was you. Did you kill Maluda? It was you cadets who killed my sister. She was Weegraf's sister? Well then, I have no choice. I'll avenge my sister. So a vengeful Weegraf is our adversary here today. Defeat Weegraf. Let's go. Alright, so in typical fashion, because our thief has the most speed, he's going first, right? So what I like to do is I kind of like to scout. So he's got steel armor, right? So this monk has the chain vest on. Not really a great piece of armor. We can buy it. Weegraf has chainmail. But take a look at Weegraf here. So he is a white knight, which is a special class. A holy knight who wears the armor of purity. Drives away enemies with holy sword skill from his pure soul. He's got a lot of HP, and he does have the holy sword skill. If you remember in the intro battle, there was the red-headed female knight, Agrius. Well, she also had the holy sword. So that will be used against us in this particular fight, which definitely can add to the challenge, but I'm feeling pretty good with where our team's at. We have Sage of the Knight with bronze armor, nothing that we'd want to steal, and then a leather vest. So we can just focus on winning here, for sure. Not stalling for the sake of getting a steal. So let's move the thief up first and foremost here. And then the monk. Might even be able to try out his new wave fist. What's the range on the wave fist here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's 3. I mean, this isn't a great spot for him, if I'm being honest. Let's see if we can go here and maybe get the Wave Fist on Weegraf. We can. It's a 65% hit, and we get the hit. Pretty big hit. Alright, so we have a Ramza here. Ramza's going to do his standard yell. Got to get that speed up. Speed kills, folks. Alright, Delitug says, give Tita back. Tita, oh, that girl, so you're a Beoulve. He's not a Beoulve, I am. Then Ngolagros was wrong, but he is with you, correct? It doesn't matter who he is, you have a sister. Correct me if I'm wrong. Either way, the girl was to be released anyways. We had no intention of keeping her. But first things first, if you want the girl back, you'll have to beat me. So Delta's just going to run right on up there and, of course, get the throw stone off. And he gets the hit on the Chocobo. And there is something cool going on with this Chocobo. Put the sword down, no need to waste lives. Then why did you kill her? Why Maluda? I had no intention of killing her. There are other ways than fighting. Can we talk? You still don't understand why we won't surrender. What good is talking anyways? Could you make something happen even if you wanted to? You couldn't, could you? And even if you did, your brothers wouldn't allow it. My brothers don't want to fight. Weegraf, if you put the sword down, they'll listen. Ha! This is absurd. Your brothers don't want to fight. You're so deluded. Alright, so now it's Weegraf's turn here. And he has some strong abilities, including Crush Punch, which is one of my favorite moves for sure. And sometimes this ability can kill you in one hit. So we'll see what happens here. The monk stays upright, but he does take a heavy hit at 63. And this Chocobo here is named Boko. So if you are a fan of other Final Fantasy games, namely Final Fantasy V, you would realize that name, Boko. So the monk gets hits from a few different angles here, but he's got that nice new chainmail armor. And he is kept pretty sturdy because of it. So why don't we go... Let's do some nuclear bombing here, Stouty. What do you say? He's got Ice 3 with 1 charge on it. That's perfect. So let's make him pay. Stouty bringing down the pain from the sky. And we have our thief here. Why wouldn't we get up here and secure this kill if we can, of course. 80%. Alright. You're down. We have Colton the Monk here. So he could either Chakra. We do kind of need his presence on the front line, for sure. Let's Chakra for some healing. You're saying my brothers like to make battle. God, you're green. All leaders' hands are dirty. Daisadarg, a sense of justice? Justice must mean different things to different people. How dare you insult him? So it just seems like two sides that can just simply not agree on anything. Let's get Stouty some speed. We have the monk, but she's not really able to do much. Alright, Stouty, what do you got? What's your charge time looking like? So we grab Boko and Sage. This is Sage, correct? Yep. So let's fall back and let's get some haste going. We have Delita here. This might not be good for Stouty, actually. There's a path where Weegraf can get up there and maybe get him. No, he's just out of range. We have Crush Punch on Ramza. And good thing KO does not proc off there. And now Ramza is in a sorry state. Let's see if we can't get him healed back up. Luckily, Sage is unable to kind of reach him. We got Head Break there, and the Red Hood is destroyed. That's not good. So Knights obviously can break your armor, and we lost our helmet there. Which, of course, reduces your max HP, essentially. Alright, what do we want to do? So I think... let's get the Knight. And the Mage Masher applies Silence. Ramza the Priest here. Nice little Cure 2 would be just what the doctor ordered. So let's pull him back. This is what you get for breaking my helmet. I don't appreciate that. Alright, Cure 2 coming down. Get Ramza back from the grips of death. You gotta do better than that. Alright, Stouty, what do we got? Let's take out Boko. And what we don't want to do is allow Weegraf to kind of get up on us and kill Ramza. Ramza's our only source of bringing someone back from the dead, if you will. So obviously bad things can happen, right? But Weegraf goes for Colden here. If there's a guy that can take a hit, it's certainly Colden. We're going to be aggressive with Colden there. I think it's okay. So unfortunately, we would have to heal Weegraf. I don't like to do that, so let's just yell Ramza. Let's get Stouty up. And see what Stouty can do for us. Stouty can drop an Ice 2 on Weegraf. Why don't we do that? And surprisingly enough, she attacks the thief and not the monk. She must not have been able to kill the monk. So usually the computer is going to prioritize KOing your units where possible. The thief takes her out. We have Ramza here. Let's hit him with the throw stone. And Ice 2 coming down. 64. That's a pretty big hit. And has Weegraf had enough? Tough one, eh? Maluda, I'm sorry, but I can't die here. Wait, Weegraf running away? Who do you think had Gustav kidnap the Marquis? Your brother, Deisedarg. And I'm sure Zalbag knows too. Don't be ridiculous. Why would he do such a thing? Two lions are fighting for power after the king died. One is a white lion, Larg. The other is black, Goltana. Both want to know who their allies are, but it's hard to read strangers' minds. So, why not kill them all and bring in your own people? Gustav was deceived by Deisedarg's silk tongue and kidnapped the Marquis. Lies. A Beoulve would never do such a thing. You should see for yourself. Goodbye, Beoulve. So we graph ditches, and the day is won, and Ramza wants Weegraph to take that back. How dare you sully my family name? Take that back, right? But I think Weegraph kind of illuminates a little bit more on the overall plot going on here, right? So if you remember back to the scene where Larg and Deisedarg were talking, right? After the group left. That's a little more detail around maybe what they were talking about. Tita, where are you, Tita? Delta comes in with the head of steam. Nowhere to be found. I can't find her anywhere. Tita, where are you? Did Weegraph lie to us? Delta, let's go to Zeekton. Tita must be there. What happened? What went wrong? Tell me, Ramza. Why did this have to happen to Tita? Delta. So Delta obviously quite emotional, looking for his one and only sister. And maybe we will find said one and only sister here at Fort Zeekton. Let's check out the formation here. Let's see if we can't get... Do we have an extra red hood? We do not. We have a feather hat, though. That'll probably have to do. Darn knight breaking my gear. Alright, looking good. We just did a story battle, so everything should be good. Let's check experience quick. JP, right? Ramza is a level 8 priest, which is the top level priest. So that means he's going to get the most JP per action. And once you learn all of the skills, you're considered mastered. So what do we need? I mean, regen wouldn't be bad. I think Cure 3. I think we kind of saw the need for maybe a stronger Cure spell. So let's go Cure 3 with Ramza. For our thief here, what do we have? Looks like we can get Steel Helmet now. I think that's a good one to get. So we'll get Steel Helmet. Stouty the Wizard, 841. I mean, Flare or Ice 4 is right there. So we'll just be patient with Stouty. Colden the Monk here. Nothing really going on. Roxy the Time Mage did not participate in battle. Alright, so we're going to save the game there, folks. And we are going to hop into Fort Zeekton. But that's going to happen in the next episode. Again, this is the end of Chapter 1. So we're going to be tackling the end of Chapter 1 in the next episode here, folks. Thank you so much for your viewership. If you are enjoying the playthrough series, please consider becoming a subscriber. We'd love to have you. We're just going to keep on keeping on here. And we can see the exciting conclusion to Chapter 1 here in the next episode. So stay tuned to the channel for plenty more content. And we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks a lot.